Hi, it's time to start working on that final project for this course. There are certainly several writing projects. You've already successfully completed one, well done. And you're also doing a lot of writing at your discussion boards, also a good thing. So what we want to do is pull together a final project. It doesn't have to be a paper, it can be. It can be a PowerPoint, it can be your own video, your own movie, whatever you'd like to do. But more to say on that. So the first part of that project is due this week. I've decided to break it down in pieces so that I can sort of see where you're headed step by step. And also, to be honest with you, I can get you working on it, thinking on it before, say, 24 hours before it's due. Absolutely. So let's get going. So the first thing to do this week is to read through the whole project assignment for your final project. Go to that folder at Blackboard under Content. Look for the final project. Read through the whole thing. The first element is due on June 25th. That's Wednesday. The aim of the final project is to have you pull together some of the elements of this course that you are doing weekly. So, the theater and political identity we talked about in Greece, or the theater and political justice, or moral justice, religious authority, what have you, right? That was one of the elements. The role of the great arenas in city entertainment, from the Intrust Arena to the Colosseum. How do they reflect elements of our culture, much like the gladiator games in Rome? Again, your discussion boards were filled with, are there similar kinds of entertainments in your own culture? Many of you said, yes, in the U.S. there's lots. And then we heard from Betsy in Asia who said, hey, it's not just the U.S. people. So absolutely, there's lots of things going on with regard to your discussion boards that help us to understand the role of entertainment, the arts in a particular city, in a particular community. So can you build on that? Consider, again, your postings at Blackboard and in your discussions. Was there something that you wrote or something that maybe someone else wrote that you would like to explore more fully? Right, so that's the idea. Find some inspiration in things you're already doing. What's due on Wednesday, this is Wednesday the 25th, June 25th, is I want you to declare a topic. I'm calling this Explore. Explore a current example of city-supported arts and entertainment that helps us to define the identity or culture of a city. I say current, and that's good. I think that's the aim of this course, is to try to pull all of this history into the current realm. If you're having trouble with that, let me know. Maybe we can mix it up a little bit. Consider things like museums, or maybe a particular art installation at a museum. Consider public parks, professional baseball teams. Also think of use of city space. We've got a lot of articles still to come that just talk about the use of city space, public gardens, bike paths. A big issue today in Wichita, for example, is bike paths. Should we be using public land for that? Museums, performances. Do some research. Attend the event. Go to the venue, if at all possible. Experience it in some way, right? If at all possible. Any city will do. You may use your Out and About project, which is coming up. You can use your Creolizing project, which is coming up for inspiration. Indeed, I want you guys to be able to use the things you are working on already as your research, right? So you are doing research already in this class, reading all of these topics. If you want to do further research, ultimately that's okay. But for what's due on Wednesday, June 25th, just identify a topic. Try to get to the venue if you can. But if you can't, it's all right. It's coming up on Wednesday, and maybe that's just not possible for you. Next, so after you identify an idea, identify a place, a thing, a topic, please then choose 3 of the goals for the creative spirit listed in your syllabus that you hope to connect to your project. Right? You don't have to tell me yet how they're going to connect. You don't have to tell me yet why you think those are the best goals. But the idea is to pursue that. Sorry, I'm clicking down here. So the example of those goals, again, you'll find these in your syllabus. How do we engage in the creative spirit? That's one of them, right? Where does human creativity come from? What's the source of creativity? That's a toughie. How does the creative spirit lead us towards transcendence? Again, we've talked about that sort of crowd mentality, whether it's at the theater or at the arena, that gets people talking, gets people chanting, cheering. Absolutely. Jessica, who's down in Brazil, said she thought the crowd at World Cup was a lot like what the crowd at the arena in the Coliseum must have been like. They're very much involved, very much taking a part in the festivities in the arena that they're watching. Right, so how does the creative spirit lend us towards transcendence, sort of taking us out of our own individual world into some kind of community world, right? How does the creative spirit connect and link us together? Where can we recognize expressions of our creative spirit? And how has the creative spirit influenced various aspects of society? Right, so those are the 6 objectives for this course. You pick 3. Again, you may change your mind as you're developing your project, as you're moving along. You may have a hard time thinking, oh, I'm not going to do that transcendence thing. I'm going to instead look at where does the creative spirit come from? Where does creativity come from, right? So that's fine. You're not married to these goals or these objectives, if you will. So identify a topic, identify 3 goals or 3 objectives from the course that you think your topic will speak to. Put those into an email, send them to me, goldenc@newmanu.edu by Wednesday, June 25th. By midnight, please. Again, I'll be in my office from 12:30 to 3:30 on Wednesday. So if you have any questions, feel free to email or call. Thanks.